Who's doing the intro?
Whoever talks first, Peter. I'll do the intro.
Oh, so me. Okay.
I know you can't help yourself.
I can't. And it's the AI roundup. This is my segment, man.
All right,
go ahead,
go.
Intro.
You do the intro.
All right.
Good
So
Peter.
anyway, I don't know if Mike's going to include that previous bit. Probably is going to.
Wasn't going to, but now I am.
Welcome to this week's AI roundup. AI news you probably missed, although that might not be true because it depends. We don't know much about you as subscribers. Comment down below who you are and what you like doing. Is there any news in today's roundup that you did actually miss? I would love to hear it. Come on Discord, tell us about it. Suggest stories that we don't know about. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Meta's changes. Yeah, look, there we go. We've even got a little graphic, just like a real YouTube channel.
I want to be a real YouTube channel when I grow up.
When I grow up, I want to be a YouTuber.
All right, wrap it up. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, we're talking about Meta, IBM changes, cool stories. Check it out. It's the time of the week where Mike tests my ability to endure pregnant pauses, and I fail completely to have any kind of willpower to just let them go. So welcome to today's episode of the Not So Critical Update. We're going to be talking about Meta and how they're going to be releasing various different personas as chatbots. Which is kind of cool, I think. Meta are going all out lately on like trying to build their community. So there's another thing in the lineup in a minute. Yeah, there's lots of stuff coming up from them. What do you think, guys?
I almost feel like I tricked you into doing an intro there. That sounded very like pre-roll.
Yeah, no, I feel like you did. Just from the weeks of
Conditioning.
What is it? Conditioning. Thank you. That is exactly the word I was looking for. That's very effective, Mike.
I guess a lot of these stories, and we have a couple more that are going to come up with cyber criminals using, I'll just highlight it here, using AI for phishing and malware attacks. Anytime I see these, it makes me, it's just marketing. Like marketing has had chatbots, marketing has had tools to generate content. Like, yes, they're using these tools for these other things, but there's nothing new about this. The tools are just getting better.
Well, that's what's new about it, right? Is the tool.
But it's not new about it.
Still does the same job.
I mean, it's like saying,
is that contrarian of me?
I don't know.
Yeah. That's your job, though, Justin.
It's like saying criminals are using cars to drive to banks. Yeah, everybody uses cars to drive.
I'm also not a big. Actually, you know what? Now that you said that, you just triggered that with the criminals thing with the cars. I hate that type of news reporting because it's like they'll be like, and yes, when I mention it, get ready. They'll be like, Bitcoin, crypto only used. Yeah. It's so long. It's crypto's only used by criminals and scammers, and it's like, yeah, well, like, okay, so is money. Like, it's not like there's no like mutual exclusiveness here. Like they're allowed to use whatever they want. There are other like there's more purpose to it than just criminals. I don't know. It's just, it really tilts me when they like cover it like that, like makes it look bad, Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's by the way, to say criminals using AI for chatbots to me is like saying criminals are using email for phishing attacks. Yeah, that's obviously what they're doing.
Yeah, email's bad. Don't use email, you guys, because and it's funny because they were phishing people in the mail, right? Like phishing has been a thing forever. Like people have been getting scammed ever since there was any form of advertising or mass contact.
So, guys, I was about to say we should remember that we've got to credit I Am PyTest who from Discord.
Oh, nice.
Which everybody should come and join because we have some great chats, except for that guy or girl, person who came by and just disappeared after a couple of hours because But no, actually, come back.
Data hoarding.
So, yeah, they just stopped by to like scrape the massive audience that we have there. No, but thank you, Iron Test, for your continued links that you submit to us, because several of them in this roundup are from you. But then I was going to say, well, we did fall for it, right? You guys are saying, "Oh, this is news. This is rubbish," but we're talking about it, so it kind of works.
You
right?
put it in the AI roundup.
It's true. This is your fault. Yeah,
and you're fine with it. We have a voting system.
Ron
Mike.
Burgundy will read anything off the teleprompter.
That's true.
I find it interesting. I like to hear about updates. If we didn't hear anything coming out of the AI world, it would be weird. I like the fact that Meta are going to have custom models with different personas. I'd like to be able to talk to. There's a service that does this that we said that we were going to do it, that we talked about a little while ago. I'd like to be able to talk to Socrates or I don't know. Nelson Mandela or Einstein. Yeah, I want to ask them.
Best mimic of
deal with
those
my dating
guys,
issues.
So here's a point about Meta doing this, for Facebook specifically. This isn't what people go to Facebook for. You go to Facebook to chat with your friends. Do you want to go to Facebook and be social with a bot?
Well, no. I mean,
no, but Facebook might sell this, right?
They're doing it for AI development, and what this is all about, them building a community, because they were first out the door with their llama thing that leaked accidentally, and they are controlling the ecosystem that way. And so the more stuff that they put out there, that kind of builds on the technology, the more control they keep.
Yeah, I think this actually hurts them.
Really?
I mean, It dilutes their value. However, if the only people going on Facebook are our parents and grandparents, then maybe who cares, because nobody's actually going to use this. But
they're going to use AI for targeting people to show ads. That's why they want AI. I think. Yeah.
Right.
I think they're just the main reason that they want.
I think they're just trying to increase valuation. That's my guess.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a specific thing. It's like Google and Android. Google controlling the Android ecosystem has only benefited them in the long run. You could be argued that having it, they could have developed a commercial mobile OS, but they didn't, because it was easier to get other people to do a lot of the work for them, and that's what Facebook are doing. And
but it benefited a lot of companies. It didn't only benefit Google, right? Like,
yeah,
but taking the Apple route kind of shuns anyone else, because you just don't get to be a part of the party. But when you take like the Android angle, everyone gets to join the party, no matter if you're making a TV or if you're making a phone or if you're making glasses. Yeah,
I think you're forgetting also that Meta has the metaverse as their ecosystem. So
yeah,
someone actually
looked at.
Someone actually suggested this week that they predicted that what's going to happen in like a few years or months or years is that Meta will release a kind of like Uber app, like this, not Uber, a all-encompassing app.
Isn't that what X is?
Yeah, that's what X is meant to be, and it will be like a combination of Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Threads, and other things, maybe some payment shit or whatever, and that's going to be the metaverse.
And WhatsApp. Don't forget about WhatsApp. Honestly, that's a fucking idea. I'm not gonna, it's hard for me to discredit something like that you then have access to. You have access to games through Oculus. You have access to communications through WhatsApp. You have access to social media through Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. And then business, like you can make purchases through Marketplace. You can, there's another one I'm missing. But then financial, right? Like Mark's been pushing alternative payment methods for a long time, running multiple pilots on, what was it called? Libra, right?
Oh, they wanted their own currency. Yeah. That's right. The digital currency that they were trying to do.
Meanwhile,
the problem is they haven't been successful with any kind of original ideas. They just go and buy shit and package it.
Meanwhile, AOL is in the background going, "I fucking told you."
Yeah, well, they're just getting to the same.
Sometimes you're too early. That's a really tough place to be.
I think AOL could be considered it a success of its time. But anyway, so this is another thing they're doing. Again, from Iron Pie Test, I think. Nope.
I don't know what AOL stood for.
America Online.
Oh shit! Wow, what a
open sourcing AudioCraft. This is a sort of basically an LLM for creating audio. So I'm sure it's going to be used for
creating audio, not for listening. Oh wow! Yes. Wait, this is really useful, and it's open source.
It is. Yeah, they're doing the same thing they did with this as with Llama.
What's the trick to this? Just that it's because you can generate AI content and you can feed it into a voice synthesizer.
Yeah.
Is the whole gimmick here that they're just doing it in one step instead of two?
I don't know. Okay. I haven't played with it. I just kind of added it to the pile because it seems it kind of went along with the other stuff.
Sounds interesting.
It annoyed me actually. I clicked off this site very quickly because I don't have third-party cookies enabled, and it doesn't display embedded video. It says, "Oh, something went wrong. You have to enable cookies to display this embedded content." And I just thought, "Fuck you! I'm not doing this. I'm not kowtowing to you assholes." And didn't go in.
But this is kind of scary. They're not only doing text; it's also music and stuff.
Yeah, it looks like other kinds of sound effects and music.
So
all right.
To anybody watching, we're going to be doing another episode, a whole episode this week on a scam. Well, news about scammers mimicking people's voices. So if you want to catch it, do subscribe. You will also receive our eternal love, which is just a bonus. But if you want to catch the episode, then hit the sub button. Your face when you asked me to like. Yeah, I know.
This could be really. I just want to bring it back to the audio, whatever the fuck. What was it called? AudioCraft. So it's actually a game changer for personal assistants.
Could be. They're not the only people doing it, but they're open sourcing it or open dating it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Another story. One of gaming's biggest YouTubers, which neither myself nor John.
Never heard of him.
Mike.
Never heard. No.
He's not really a gamer anyway. He plays what? Like Fruit Ninja?
Pop? No way.
Yeah.
He's probably huge, but in like Europe or someplace nobody cares about.
Yeah, he's got like a Dutch name or something, isn't he? He wants to replace himself with an AI.
One of the biggest. I mean, do you consider 15 million subscribers one of the biggest? I feel like he's a very big YouTuber. Is he one of the biggest? 15 million? I don't know.
I think so. 25 million is like top end. 25.
I would consider like if you guys said Ninja or like PewDiePie, right? Like one of the eternal names that anyone and everyone knows. I'd be like, that's like, one of the biggest.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe in
the we know this guy bought 15 million. Okay, I shouldn't discredit him. Anyway, so he wants to replace himself with AI.
This is an interesting thing to me. I find this fascinating. There's two camps, right, of creators. There's the people who there was that voiceover artist who made trained an AI on her voice so that she could basically do more work or have the AI do the work for her or rent it out to do voiceovers. And there's other people who obviously hate it. Like a lot of creators are, this is
understandably so that they do dislike it. I mean, I wouldn't like watching my work get plagiarized and then stolen and then used. Which I'm seeing an increase of is that people are running original art through AI to enhance it and then claiming it as their own, selling copies of it, whatever. So very sketchy. But this article reminds me of one of the biggest live streamers, if not the biggest, actually kind of crazy to say that. XQC has a copy, not run by him, on Twitch of it's an AI generated model of XQC watching and reacting to chat and like YouTube videos.
I don't imagine that would be difficult to do actually, because he doesn't
really move, so it's a very static, like it's very similar to what you guys did with me. I know, shocker, that wasn't actually me, crazy, but
what?
Yeah,
what?
Sorry.
All this time, Mike, you led me astray.
I'm not sure why John was sending me deepfakes of himself, if that's the truth.
Wow. So, 2,000 when I saw the post. I think it was on Reddit. I saw it when I clicked on that stream. It had 2,000 viewers.
I think the problem to me is that this is a slide towards mediocrity. Like, presumably, okay, you know, this guy's got to be talented, right? If he has 15 million viewers, I'm not great at math, but that's at least a couple thousand more than we have. So there's clearly something that he's doing right. If he wants to automate this, it's just going to become like he's losing competitive advantage. Anybody can program it, then everybody will do it, and now it's just middle of the pack, nothing making it stand out.
I mean, I've watched a lot of YouTube lately, and I would say that maybe 90% of it is maybe 95, maybe like 98% of it is incredibly generic and already bang on the mediocrity scale. Like it's
I would say mediocre. It's sub. It will be less than mediocre. It's gonna be shitty content because, like, if you just go click on a random YouTube video, I mean, it really doesn't take a lot to make a YouTube video. Now, depending on how much effort you put in, you could climb through those ranks of mediocrity into something good. But generally, people have a format. Every channel will have a format. That the format, just like we do, the format allows for quicker edits, quicker uploads. So you lose originality, right? There was I just saw this guy who, it was a TikTok or a short, and he was doing a desk setup reveal, and it was the cleanest fucking edit I have ever seen. He would first the desk showed up, then he flipped the desk mat, then he flipped the desk mat again, and it turned into like a little table on top of the desk. Then he flipped that, and it turned into like another thing. And then just these super smooth transitions, like very quick transitions, where eventually it's his whole desk set up in 30 seconds. And that was super cool versus here's a pan shot and here's a zoom out shot and another zoom in shot.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's great to see you here again. Today we're going to be doing some unboxing from, oh my God, and first it went from my sponsor, and
the other thing to consider is that content doesn't have to be good to be successful on YouTube.
Right.
So that's probably the real danger here, is he's going to figure out how to make something that's addictive and sticky. And once you see it, you can't take your eyes off it, like these stupid videos that they make for little kids, because their parents will just put them on in the background and let them run for hours and hours. So they make tons of money just based on ad revenue. It'll end up being content like that.
How is that different from what it is right now? That's what I'm trying to say. It's already addictive and mediocre, and there's tons of it, and it's all the top content with 10 million subscribers.
No, I don't know if there's a difference, Peter, but it's not good.
It's not good at the moment.
It's not going to get better.
But it is going to get worse, because now it becomes scalable. So this one guy can only make so much shitty content. Once he has it powered by AI, he can make unlimited shitty 10 content.
Videos.
Honestly, I don't see how, if you have 10,000 shitty videos, if you then have 100,000, if it's going to make that much difference. I genuinely think that. I'm not just being a devil's advocate. Okay, right, next one. In the same vein as Meta, this is IBM and Hugging Face have released an AI foundation model for climate science. This is from a site called artificial-intelligence-news.com. And it's like the new bleeping computer, very low quality article. Apparently it's going to be 15% better. No stats on that.
By what scale? Yeah.
By what scale? But who said it's going to? Yeah. And we don't know what it's going to be used for, and we don't know how it's going to help. But it's probably just a rewritten PR article.
What's the author's name? Ryan what?
Dawes.
Reynolds.
Wow. Ryan Dawes kind of sounds like a fake name, honestly. What if this whole site is run by AI?
It would be ironic, wouldn't it? So it just kind of was notable to me that everybody's trying to replicate Meta's success in the controlling the ecosystem thing. So everyone started to go, okay, let's release our open data models and see if we can get some of that juicy community knowledge, thought share, mind share.
I bet it's all like people are just fucking screaming for VC money. Like, no matter what, and we've seen this now for how long? You know, like probably since the late 1990s, early 2000s. Like, oh shit, the internet's exploding. Every business needs a website. Let's enter the .com. Let's get a .com domain. Oh geez, everyone's entering blockchain. Let's enter blockchain. Everyone's got a mobile app. We have to have a mobile app. So the fucking wood chipper company out in God knows fuck all Wisconsin's got a wood chipper app, right? Like, and now we're
mobile apps.
Yeah, now we're at AI. So like every company is like, well, let's just slap labs in front of our name and start a new division. So it's fucking Hugging Face Labs. Like, no. Fuck you.
Yeah, you're so right.
No, not at all right.
Oh, sorry.
Completely wrong.
What's wrong?
So, like, yeah, there's a rush for AI, right? But if there's a good desirable use for it, it's to look at good climate change models that make the data better and more accessible. If you want to complain that, AI is being used for advertising to manipulate us, great. But there are legitimate uses for AI, and there are good reasons to merge
there's
models.
also legitimate uses. There's also legitimate uses for crypto. There's legitimate uses for applications on mobile phones. There's legitimate uses for every paradigm shift, if you want to even call them this. But like, that doesn't mean that the stereotype isn't real, and every tech company ever asks the CEO asks the question of, should we have an AI division? Should we have a crypto division?
Yeah, no,
should we have this? Like,
you were right up until that last part. It actually does mean that not every you're trying to say that every CEO does this, and every merger is driven by cynicism and manipulation.
I'm obviously generalizing. Like, not
right,
every
but we're talking
CEO
about this specific case, and I think this could be a good one.
But this is what what we should have done is actually verified this, because right now there's no sources whatsoever. But this is good journalism. This is how we get to the top, is by just spewing shit. So we were not going to verify the authenticity or the accuracy of these numbers, and just blindly believe that this climate change foundation model is going to change the world for the better.
Nobody said it's going to change the world for the better. But if you're gonna use these death robot tools, at least use them for the right things.
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't know. I don't know.
I kind of get John's thing. This is just like the latest bandwagon for everyone to jump on, and it does. Once you've seen it come and go a million times, it's hard not to be cynical about the whole thing. But I do think that AI in general makes me tingle in my private parts differently to other bandwagons that have come along. Because every now and again, a bandwagon comes along that's got just the right number of lights and whistles. And, it's genuinely different. And I think AI is
I just think that it's currently being used to grab headlines. And I think that there are really cool things occurring in the space. I also think there's really cool things occurring in every other space that was bandwagoned. But a lot of this shit just feels like a bunch of words thrown together by ChatGPT. Like, write me a 5,000 word article about this new AI technology.
I think there's also a ton of bandwagons that have come by that really are just literal shit wagons that
like the metaverse
didn't have it. Metaverse, exactly. That's another one you should have mentioned. AR and VR,
right?
3D TVs. There you go. This one.
Oh my god, 3D content. So true. So trash. Never was good. So ass. My god.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mike's gone quiet, so I think that's the end of the episode.
That's the end of the show.
Have a good weekend, guys.